Hey, this is Craig from Digital PeopleFolk, and today what I want to do is go over a review of Academind Pro. So originally when I started the channel, what I wanted to do is review some of the courses that I was buying as a marketer. A lot of the courses that I wanted were more programming courses so that I can increase my skill set. So this year, I want to start to go and review some of the courses, starting with Academind Pro, which is a basic repository of a lot of courses. So if you don't know who Academind Pro is, it's two developers, Max and Manuel, who started Academind Pro. They originally started on Udemy, and you can see that they have a lot of courses such as on subjects such as React, Node.js, JavaScript, SQL. So it's front-end development and also back-end development. Plus, they've also had a couple of tutorials on things like Flutter. And I think it was a Flutter course that actually started to get me sort of into looking at Academind Pro. So, just for transparency, I want to show that I am a member of Academind Pro, but I originally started by buying some of the courses on Udemy. So, if you are on Udemy, you can buy the courses individually, but you can also go on Academind Pro and purchase a yearly subscription. For me, I was buying a lot of their courses, so I just thought that it's better for me to do a yearly subscription. And I got Academind Pro when it first launched, so it was at a really low price where I thought it's good. So right now, without any discounts, the yearly membership is $199 a year. Monthly, it's $19 a month. And also, they have discounts throughout the year, so you could catch it at a lower price. They also do a lot of promotions on their YouTube channel, so there or via Twitter, you could catch some of the discounts. Now, what are some of the pros of getting a membership with Academind Pro? For me, some of the pros were that the courses are really well thought out. And even if you are a beginner, when I was learning Flutter, I studied a little bit of Python. I knew HTML and CSS, but going into Flutter, which was for mobile development, they really made it for beginners that worked with you. And another thing is that they upgrade their courses as necessary. The first version of the Flutter course, for example, it was just one long project that lasted 20-something hours long. And they listened to feedback from their students to say, could you break these up into different apps, smaller apps, so that we're not spending, 20 hours on just one app as a beginner. And so they really update their courses, plus the teaching method. I also took the React course and also Node.js. And going through that, I see that they're really thorough in the way that they're teaching you not just visually making something, but how to handle errors or the different modules that you'll have to design when you're actually creating something. So you'll definitely see it as you learn on their platform, that they really try to make sure that they're teaching you good code, how to code well and to a certain standard. And again, I'm not a professional developer, but these are some of the things that I felt by going through their courses. Some of the courses that I've gone through are the React course, did a little bit of Go for backend, NextJS and React, their Django course, also their Flutter. I didn't finish it on here, but for Flutter, I actually did their first original course. And then originally, I think I was doing Vue before I did React. So I did this complete Vue 3 course, plus also their TypeScript course. So when you have pros, you also must have the cons. So I can only think of a few cons for a membership with Academind Pro. One of them is that you have to remember they are not designers. And they state this a lot and say it. They're not designers. So they're not, visually, you're not making well-polished designs. A lot of times they're also supplying you with the CSS. So with that, I wish that they used maybe Tailwind. So this is just a personal preference. You know, I'm into using Tailwind for, like, for example, React apps or using NextJS. I like Tailwind, and a lot of developers are using it, but they really just stick with pure CSS, which I can't say it's the biggest con, so I hope they incorporate it in the future. I like Tailwind, and yeah, but it's definitely a personal preference. The next con is more on the platform that they use. So as you see, there's a lot of courses, but just by a glance right here, you can't tell how long any of these courses are. And again, it's mainly, it has to do with the platform that they use for putting their courses on. Also, when you click and go into a course and see these sections, I sort of wish that there was at least a summary of for this get started. How long is it? That's one of the features that they have on Udemy, which is a little bit better. But with Udemy, I'm buying individual courses. Here I have the subscription. And sometimes I actually switch over to Udemy just to check out the times. But, you know, it does help. But, you know, it's not their fault. It's more the platform that they use. And last con that I have is, and this is specific to if you are an iPad user. The iPad app isn't the greatest. So with iPad, I frequently look at videos at 2x. Going to the next video, it basically always goes back to 1x or whatever was the default settings. It gets a little frustrating, but again, it's more of the platform, and it's not something that they built themselves. So in summary, would I recommend Academind Pro to anyone? I think that would be a strong yes. Definitely, I'll continue my yearly subscription. I think I'm getting value from it, especially their Next.js and React related courses, which is something that I'm very into right now. I like the fact that they do keep their courses updated. I hope that they incorporate a little bit more TypeScript in the future, but again, that's one of those personal preferences. But yeah, I think that Academind Pro is a good buy. If you have the income and you do want to learn a lot from a lot of different topics. If it's just one or two courses, then I would recommend you go to Udemy and buy the course. But anyway, That's my recommendation, and this is Craig in Tokyo signing out for Digital People Folk. Take care.